Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and Assalamualaikum viewers. This is me, your host, Shaheen EducationWali, and I'm student at Rahan School of PD Campus, Level 1 student. So today we have to introduce our two kindly and protective guest named Ali. First of all, good evening from there. Your mic is mute. Unmute yourself.
Does
Yeah,
that
now I
work?
can. Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Good morning. It's morning where I am and evening where you are. My name is Ilene. Do you want me to introduce myself now? Yes?
Yeah, introduce yourself for our
Okay.
audience.
Okay. So I'm Ilene Dillon, and I am an expert in working with emotions, which most of us don't understand, and they cause us a lot of problems many times, but they're with us our whole lives every day, and they're really designed as helpers. And I've been a psychotherapist and a marriage counselor for over 50 years, and I also was a podcast host for 15 years, and I'm a 9-time Amazon best-selling author, and I have my own book that I wrote, Emotions in Motion: Mastering Life's Built-in Navigation System.
Okay, so my first question from you that how many years has you been helping people?
Well, officially with my license, I've been working for 54 years, but I did some work before that. So it's close to 58 years that I've been doing it, more than half a century.
Okay, what degree? My next question from you that what degree does you hold for you? Like you are saying many years. So what degree did you hold to many years? Like say to you.
So I have a master's degree in social welfare from the University of California in Berkeley, California. So that's 6 years of college I have.
Okay, so my next question from you that can you tell to our viewers what is you at what does you expert and you are expert in that one?
Can you say that again, please? What do I what?
I'm saying that what work do you like the most and in which work you are expert?
What was it that I liked the most? Is that what you're asking me? I'm having a hard time understanding your question.
I'm saying that in which work you are expert most.
Oh, um, what's my? I am an expert in a number of things, and so in parenting consciously, in dealing with manipulation when people manipulate one another, in uh, realigning with anger so that anger works for you instead of against you, in marriage and family therapy, and in psychotherapy. I'm also a professional speaker, so I am an expert in a number of things by now.
Okay, thank you for coming. So my next question from you that if you are a life coach also or you work in like Amazon intern only.
If I'm a life coach, am I working what? What's the rest of that?
Yeah,
Say it
you are
again.
right.
Uh, what, but what are you asking me about life coach? I'm not understanding that. If I'm a life coach, then what?
Okay, let me repeat my question again. I'm saying that if you work like also a life coach, so what you
Yes.
will do?
Yes, I do. Well, my therapy and my life coaching are very similar. Usually in therapy, the therapist says, "What is your problem?" We figure out what your problem is, and then I tell you what we're going to do. When you're a coach, we work together and we say, what do you want to accomplish and what do you need to do? And so then the person who's having the issue, the problem, does a lot of the work. And the way I'm a therapist is more like coaching, in that I help people do their own work to make changes. So they're very similar, but and in as a therapist, I can go deeper into what's going on with somebody. There usually sometimes there are things that we don't know are going on in our own brains, and that we need to go deeper into that to straighten things out for ourselves.
Very nice answer. So my next question from you, that can you tell the viewers what does a life coach help people with?
What does a life tell me? Ask me again, please, one more time.
I'm saying that what does a life coach help people with?
Well, it depends on the area where you're coaching. You can help people, you can coach people on how they're doing in their work, how they're doing in their marriage, how they're doing in raising their children. It depends on what a, a person's concerned about.
Okay, nice. So again, I will thank you with from like you to coming in my interview to get my questions. So my next question from you, that is, you are international speaker, motivational speaker, or anything else?
Yes, I'm an international speaker. I was a member of, there's a group of professional speakers in the United States called the National Speakers Association. And I was a member of that for about 27 years. And I've spoken in places like Beijing, China, and Dublin, Ireland, and, various places around the world, including throughout the United States.
Okay, so my next question from you, that can you tell to our viewers what topic does you likely the most to speak about?
Well, what I like to do the most is to help people see their lives differently and be able to work with them differently so they feel good in the lives they're leading. And there are lots of things we can talk about where people get stuck in that. Uh, for example, some people have a hard time saying what they really feel or saying what they really want to tell somebody. So another person may have trouble in a relationship and not know how to relate to a partner or somebody at work. And somebody else may have made a mistake, and they feel terrible about the mistake, and they need to forgive themselves and to learn from the mistake so that they make their life better. It depends on what's going on with the person. And I like to talk about all of it.
Okay, so my next question from you, that can you tell the viewers, has you created a broadcast, a testimonial, anything else?
I'm sorry, there's a noise and I couldn't hear that. Will you say it one more time, please?
I'm saying that. Let me repeat my question. If you have like created a podcast with someone, an interview with someone, like living me.
If I've created an interview with someone, I don't understand your question. I'm sorry.
I'm saying that if you created a podcast with someone living me, a testimonial with someone living me, an interview with someone, so tell me.
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're asking me. It's an interview with someone, but I don't know what you're asking me about the interview.
Okay, let me like again my question. So my next question from you that on which platform her like you use the most? Which platform?
Oh, you're talking about a technical platform. I use Zoom. I work a lot on Zoom, and I have used earlier platforms, but it's been so long ago that I can't remember them. I I live in a mobile home. I move around, so I can't. I don't have an office at this point. I used to have one, but this is my home that you're looking at here, and so Zoom helps me because I can speak right from wherever I am driving around.
Okay, so my next question from you that can you tell to our viewers how does you help to reduce stress?
How does my work help to reduce stress? Well,
Yeah, yeah. Like,
uh, I work with emotions, and emotions are energy. And what most of us have been taught to do is, like, if you feel angry with somebody, we're taught to keep that anger inside. We don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or we don't want to look bad. But when you hold the feeling inside, that energy stays inside of you, and that grows, and it causes anxiety and stress. So my work is to help people release that energy so it's not building up inside of them.
okay, thank you. Your answer was too like a precious. I'm glad to listen that. Okay, did you host your own like podcasts?
Yes, I did two different ones. One was on, I don't, oh, I, I'm sorry. When you're typing like that, I, I can't hear myself. So
No problem.
yeah. So I had one program about families and how to work with parents and children so that they get along really well together and the children get started in their own lives well. And on my other podcast, I was focused on emotions, and I interviewed world thinkers, people who were bringing new things like The Biology of Belief is the name of one book. It was that was new at the time, and I was bringing new ideas about how to live life better from famous and deep thinkers from around the world. I read a book every week for what, 13 years, and asked questions about what people had written about.
Okay, so my next question from you that can you tell the viewers what kind of life does you help people to happier become happier but happy face?
Well, it depends on what each person needs. Usually, what happens is so let me just start back. What I have learned is to see our world as a big giant school. And just like you go to school every day, everybody goes to school every day. And the way we learn is we have experiences. I might have an accident with my car, I might get a new job, anything like that. And whenever an experience happens, then emotion comes up, and the emotion is helping us to learn from our experience. It tells us a message of how to learn from our experience. And if we when we learn, we grow, and we our life gets easier. But most people don't like to do the learning because they don't like to change. In school, when you learn something new, you have to change something. You have to change the way you look at something, or you have to change the way you do something. And most people don't like to do that. So a big part of my job is to help people get more comfortable with changing.
Okay, so my the question I'm asking from you is like related to your happiness. So my question is that what kind of I mean that what you is the task that you do and you're facing like a happy in a way there is a big smile and you like happier like.
Well, for me, it is doing the learning every day, but even more than that is loving my own self. I had a very difficult childhood, an unhappy childhood in many ways. And when a baby comes to the world, a baby's usually full of love for themselves, and they love other people as well. And a lot of people lose that love as they go along. And the way to bring love back into yourself is to love yourself, just the way you would love a little child. And when you do that, you fill up with love, and it spills out on the people around you. And then people not around you reflect that love back to you. So the way that I bring myself to happiness is by focusing on loving myself, which is not a selfish thing to do. It's just giving myself the love that every one of us here on the earth deserves. We all deserve love, and we are entitled to it from the beginning. That we're Love means accepting ourselves for who we are, um, listening to what's important to us, doing our talents, the things that we enjoy doing, things like that, to love ourselves.
Okay, nice. So my next question from you that can you which roles involves public speaking does you like?
Wh- um, I'm sorry. Would you ask me that question again, please?
Okay, so I'm asking from you that which of your role envelops 3P publics?
I'm sorry. One more time. Say it one more time. Which
Which in roles envelops you public speaking?
which rules about public speaking?
Yeah, yeah. Which roles envelops public speaking?
Which roles? I hear public speaking. I'm not sure what your question is. Which rules or which roles? Um,
Which roles? Like roles, ROLES.
Very good. Which roles of well, I like speaking to groups of people like parents and people who want to have their lives better for them. And I like to talk with them about how things are set up, how things work. Like I told you before, that our earth is a big giant school. When you know that the world is a school, then you know it's important when something comes up to learn the lesson.
Okay, so can you give to our audience, like, give to our audience a last advice?
You want me to give you some advice? Okay.
I'm
Is
saying
that
that
correct?
I'm saying that give a last advice to our audience. What message do you like?
So as I'm understanding you, you're asking me to give some advice to your audience. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's advice about what I like.
I mean that give a message to our audience
About what?
about anything, anything.
Uh, about anything. Okay. Well, one message I just gave that I think is very important is that that we all focus on loving ourselves and recognize that we came here to learn and to have happy, good lives, and that involves loving people and not holding on to anger or hurt. When we hold anger inside of ourselves, it grows, and it can make us ill. And it can, if we hold anger inside long enough, it can kill us. So it's important to release it. And to release it, you could just recognize it. Okay, I'm feeling angry right now. This is what I'm feeling about. And I also talk to people about a whole uh, sequence of things to do to release anger, including forgiveness. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that if you don't, that when you, like, I was angry with somebody for a long time and I didn't want to forgive them until I realized that the person who was getting hurt by not forgiving was me, not the other person, because that energy was sitting inside and hurting me. So release the anger not on to somebody else, but out of you.
Okay, so my next question, sorry, so viewers, this was our interview. I hope you like it, and again, thank you to join my stream. Thank you to come in my show. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
So viewers, goodbye. We have to like a country, like one stuff for our Pakistan, Pakistan Zindabad.
All right. Thank you.